Man, McLovin, I like that new
That,
backdrop.
that, that
I just sit in there and have a little attitude with it. Ah, it's
bro,
nice.
I like the music. I like the music.
Yeah, it's we had a nice little one before. It was nice. It had some pop to it, but
Right.
that just feels like stank. That feels like
Feels like feels like home,
that
baby.
feels like a rivalry weekend, McLovin. That we both don't participate in, McLovin.
Hey, just
I nearly wore a house robe up on this thing
it's
today
more
just
than
because I was
rivalry
off.
weekend. It is championship weekend, people.
And you're right. You're right, McLovin. It's you got some big games. You got a 8-5, or excuse me, not an 8-5. If they're 8-5, they win the ACC, which would be scary. You got a 7-5 Duke team out there. You've got Bama. If they lose, what's that look like? Especially if
They're
they get
out.
beat by.
They're out.
There's a whole lot to talk about, McClellan. Can Kirby finally get over? And I don't know if it's a hill yet, but it's developing because he's lost
Right.
twice to Caitlin DeBoer in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a thing developing. And then can Kurt Signetti? If Kurt Signetti goes and beats Ohio State, that man's talking trash.
Oh yeah, he's gonna
Entire off,
hang on.
yeah, he's on cloud
He's
nine.
gonna hang him low, and he's gonna show him
Yeah,
off.
for sure. Well, anyways, look, guys, this is the T-Top sideline with Peach and McLovin. Thank you for tuning in. We're a little late coming on today because my man, he had to work late last night, and I had a Christmas parade. And so, yeah, if you see me out there, there was a lot of people. I don't even think we have that many people inside the Coon City limit lines. But anyways,
Same.
with that being said, guys, if you haven't already, please share. Sharing always helps. It's a great way to get us out to other people, and subscribe because we do this thing twice a week. My man McLovin over there. Not only do you get to see a beautiful LSU purple and gold background, but you get to see a handsome man that looks like your favorite actor, McLovin off Superbad. Or your favorite
That's very
character,
true.
McLovin also. Yeah.
Very
Anyways,
true.
McLovin, I am a little drainy this morning, so I feel like I'm breathing a little bit heavier and I'm in a little bit more. So exclude that and we're good and go on. But I want to get to this first, McLovin, because I was giving you a hard time about it just because. Now, I didn't think anything would come of it.
Yeah,
But last night you finished the deal. You finished the deal that we talked about.
I told
Go
you.
ahead.
I told you we were
National
gonna lock
signing
it.
day. Little scary, but go ahead.
I told you we were gonna lock it. But first, we got breaking news. Blake Baker has been retained by LSU.
Defensive line coach, right?
No, defensive coordinator.
Defense coordinator. Yeah, yeah.
That's
Well, that was the big piece for Lamar Brown, correct?
right. Right. That was the having to be able to keep who we were wanting to keep. All right, you ready? You
Yeah,
ready
go
for
ahead.
this? All right, I'm gonna start from the top. Lamar Brown, number one player in the nation, listed as an athlete. Richard Anderson, number one D line in the nation, number 24. Deuce Gerald's, number 3 D line, number 48. Trendon Henderson, number one edge out of Florida, number 77 overall. This is the best D line recruiting class in LSU history. First year, Lane Kiffin. You know how many 5-stars Lane Kiffin got at Ole Miss in his 6 years? 1. He's got 2 in his 1 week at being at LSU. That's all I'm saying.
You got to do
Bigger's
something
better.
with it, brother. You got to do
Bigger,
something with it.
bigger is better.
I'll believe it. Like I said, we went over the Kiffin carousel last week. My only hesitation with that is the whole thing of Kiffin finding himself at Ole Miss, and then now he's going to find himself at LSU. I hope it
He
works
doesn't need
out
to
for
find
him.
himself.
That
He
that's
knows who he is.
No, I'm saying time out. Are you saying he doesn't need to find himself at LSU? LSU can just
No.
they need him and they'll find him. I do think that LSU's that program. Now, what you just said about the recruits,
Yes.
that's
I mean,
what I'm
they're
thinking
top
about.
tier.
LSU can help him find that out.
That's the thing. He's a player's coach. He gets his players who he wants, and he's down to earth with them, and he plays. He coaches for them, not for himself. That's what Brian Kelly was. He coached for himself.
I agree with that. I
So,
somewhat agree, I somewhat agree with that. But national look, y'all killed it. I mean, right, you're off to a good 2026 off season, and I'm sure it's going to be busy. I'm sure next year, first game in Death Valley, it's going to be turned to a T. But McLovin, I was
you
thinking
know
about
it.
this the other day, and I just want you to. I want to know how many. I wish I had the stat. I should do my due diligence here about how many players we had in the transfer portal last year compared to what we're
Oh,
fixing to see. Because
we're
I
about to
think the
see a lot.
transfer portal, whatever kind of excitement in college or high school signing days will always be exciting. It's developmental players, if anything, because usually it's your 4 stars and your higher or 5 stars, higher 4 stars that you're going to see that's going to produce more so sooner than later. Um, but I think what you're fixing to see with this first window for transfers, I mean, whatever you thought was last year and the year before, it's about to blow that off the roof. You've got how many coach vacancies at large schools? Those players are fixing to move, whether they're going with their coach that previously coached them, or
Right.
they're just going to go off to greener pastures. I mean, the transfer portal is fixing to be like
Spoonman.
National Signing Day, high school recruiting on steroids.
And
You know what I
and
mean?
and because it's the first year where it's only in one period, you have this amount of time to transfer, or you don't get to transfer till next year.
Yeah, and we need to, like I said, we need to get the. Like I said, I'd be shocked if there wasn't. I'm not going to say twice as many, but I remember last year it was like it was in the thousands of kids that were transferring. It was an insane
Oh yeah,
number.
I just
I
seen a
mean,
cornerback from Lamar say he's hitting the portal. That's all I'm saying.
I
That's a
mean,
lot.
dang it,
That'd be a
dang it.
lot.
Well, look, let's get into McLovin. Speaking of Lamar, not whoa. Let's pump the brakes because I was about to get into Lamar. If you don't know who Lamar is, like if you're scratching your head and you may not know who James Madison is, it's one of them smaller schools that somehow get a bid in this thing. Um, but before we go into like the Tulane James Madison reactions, let's acknowledge
Mm.
that as bad as Penn State has done,
Wow.
I think Matt Campbell's a great hire.
Oh yeah, he's a great
I
hire.
think he's a great hire. Matt
Great.
Campbell's a football coach, brother. You
Yeah,
can
he
say what
is.
you want to say because he's been tucked away over there at Iowa State,
I
and
would say it's been good with him.
the thing is Iowa State's been consistent
Yeah, they have.
with what they've had.
They've had good
You
defense.
never just saw just a horrible Iowa State.
You see a lot of good tight ends come out of that college.
Well, receivers, man, they pumped two
Yeah,
out.
didn't
Yeah,
yeah to the
they've had
Texans.
some. They've had
Actually,
some
three
receivers.
decent receivers out to the Texans.
But I'm excited to see what he actually can do because now resources aren't a problem. Now,
Right.
you know, he can get people to commit to the program and maybe I would find a hard time believing you can't get those NIL numbers up to what they are at the at these other schools, which Penn State, like I said, is I mean a large school. It shouldn't be an issue for them, but I think that's a great hire. And then just one
Yeah.
more quick piece of news: SEC yesterday decides to go from 85 scholarships to 105. I think that's where the rest of the Power Four teams have said. I don't know why they didn't do that before.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, obviously, you may be more aggressive with the ones you want to, like, say, a 5-star. Which it's hard to say that because that comes with money involved when you're approaching 5-star. But I think more scholarships turn into more developmental pieces. And so
Yeah.
then you'll start seeing these guys that you haven't seen, and this dude's hitting the field for the first time in 4 years from now, and he's a senior, and you're like, dude, this dude's yoked. Who is it? Like, if you're a fan, you know him. If you're
Yeah.
just an onlooker, you're like, this dude's something else. So that's something to look at. But anyways, McLovin, let's go to our reactions before we get to our look aheads on the big games today. North Texas has a chance to literally.
They played last night.
Yeah, so North Texas they play Tulane last night, and what's crazy is I didn't know the coach was actually he was staying there for that game, which is cool. They did allow him. He was on the
Yep.
sideline.
For Tulane and North Texas, they both were able to stay and coach that game. So
Yeah,
they'll
man.
both go on to greener pastures, but
To be honest with you, it was actually the teams really matched out well. What had happened,
yeah,
it was one of those things where North Texas, I believe, it was third quarter and pressure started getting to the quarterback, and then there was a sequence. It was almost like how when Texas played Georgia, there was like that like sequence where you just put 21 on the board, like you just
yeah,
went 21-0. Game 7-7, and then they go 21 to your 0 in the third quarter. And now you're looking at a deficit that's way too hard to come back against a team that's not playing bad, like playing, consistently good football.
yeah,
And that's really hard. And that's the thing too is Tulane found a run game. So when you find a run game and you have the lead, dang near impossible, unless you're South Carolina. Sorry, I had to squeeze that one in there. But anyways, Tulane, North Texas had the chance to just slide into the college football playoffs, and us just say, "Oh, look at them, what they're about to do," and I think it's over for them. I guess does Tulane get the bid? I'm not sure. Does that open up? You think they're going to give a conference? Come on, McLovin. Come on, McLovin.
They already have them in there. All they had to do was win. All they had to do was win.
As a 10-2 American League champion,
yes, all they had to do was
get
win.
Out of here.
All they had to do was win, and they were in.
No, let me see their losses. I know they have actually one of those 10-2 losses are actually a bigger school. I can't remember that off the top of my head, but anyways, I don't think a 10-2. If you're or maybe it's just the one game they lost. I may be tripping. Here. No, it's 11-2 for the Green Wave because that's Ole Miss. So they lost to Ole Miss, and then they got killed by UTSA. So hey, they beat Duke. Who's about to go on and play for an ACC championship. So maybe I just need to shut up and let them see what they can do. I'm bidding for my Longhorns to get in. If we can move you out the way, go ahead and move. 11-2 American League. Bye. James Madison, though. On top of that, didn't fumble the ball.
Oh, yeah? Did they win last night?
Well, let me tell you this. The quarterback, so Temple's quarterback, he gets hurt. Let me pull this up because I'm all over the place. I've had a Christmas parade. I got drainage. When you get drainage, you can't think straight, and it goes downhill from there. Plus, you always feel like you have fever. Isn't that a weird coincidence? All right, so Crowder, he ends up getting hurt in the third quarter for Temple, and he actually played a pretty, a solid game. He did no picks, but he was moving the ball efficiently enough to basically go toe for toe with James Madison. And then he gets hurt, and then they bring the second string quarterback in, and man, they went blitz crazy. So it is what it is. That was the game. I mean, I don't know how to say that. That was the game. So unfortunate. I hate when you lose that key piece of your player or a key piece of your team, and then you got to go on and be like, all right, compete, see what you can do from there, and you're literally in the fourth quarter of a conference championship down by a field goal. Yeah. Hard to do. Now that's a perfect opportunity for a young man to step up and show what he can do, but I don't think it was last night, unfortunately. So maybe next year, young man, second string quarterback, whatever your name is, number 10. God bless you. McLovin, break us off on it. Listen, break us off on a game today because that's what I need to talk about. I've watched these powder puff conferences. Give me a game today. That's what.
Give you a game.
Yeah,
give you a game.
Give me a game today. Oh, it's so depressing. It's so depressing knowing that Texas doesn't play today.
First game, 11 o'clock. BYU at Texas Tech.
I think. BYU, man, it's just so hard because when you have film on a team and when you have film of both teams playing each other,
Right.
and you saw just how dominant Tech was. Now
Mhm.
that game, I'll be honest with you, that game was at Tech. So, um, I mean, home field advantage it does hold weight in college football. I didn't like that last night. They had the conference championship at James Madison, and I'm like, why would you have a conference champion at a home field? Why wouldn't you just have that at a neutral site? There's plenty of
Right.
stadiums and venues that will allow you to do so. But it's home field. So now, where's this at? Jerry's World?
Uh,
I think.
I don't know where it's.
Yeah, I feel like the Big 12 is at no Jerry's
It,
World. I'm trying to see if it says it on like where the location
yeah,
is.
AT&T Stadium. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, look, Tech's going to be in there deep, and I'm sure Brigham Young. I I would find it hard to say, but and the thing is, Tech could afford a loss.
Yeah. Oh.
Like Tech's not hurt. I
Yeah.
mean, you're not kicking. There's no way you're kicking them. And I'm gonna say the Big 12. There's no way you're kicking at least Tech. If it's BYU, if BYU loses, they're not getting in.
Yeah.
If they beat Tech, they and Tech are getting in. I'm 100% convinced of that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think who are you gonna, because now the Tech would be a 2-loss team. I just don't know how they're going to backtrack on the 3-loss, like, because after you say losers and winners get in, it's just a
I'm
whole
sorry.
bunch of
If you lose to
reneging
BYU, do you not say that like Vanderbilt's better than Tech, or a Texas team is better than Tech?
Man, I could say Texas and Vanderbilt are better than plenty of people. That's
Right.
you know, I could say Texas is a better team than Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
and they're ahead of us,
But y'all beat them.
and we beat them. I could say Texas is a better team than A&M. Why? They're ahead of us. We got 3 losses, but we just beat you head to head. Anyways, I look. I think A&M. They're a solid team, but I told somebody the other day. I was like, look, man, I'm gonna. The only time I'm gonna pull for you is if you make it to the national championship,
I will never pull for A&M.
and then you are in this position to beat a Big Ten team.
I wish they would lose every game for the rest of their lives.
Well, that's what I had my fingers crossed the whole time. I was like, nah, I didn't get a chance. It was at Thanksgiving, yeah. But anyways, back to the BYU game. We went on a little rabbit trail right there. But look, BYU, man, I know their coach. He's been getting high praise. He did confirm that he's staying at BYU. So I'm gonna give a
Very
tight
heartfelt.
prediction. I'm gonna give it a prediction that this is gonna be.
This is a grinding out game.
Let me go to last score. Let me go to the last games.
Texas State beat the crap.
Yeah, no, it was in dominant form. So BYU lost 29-27. I'm going to say this game is going to go to a 24-21. I think it's that type of game. Yeah, I don't think it gets too out of hand.
No,
and I'm going to have Tech winning that game. I think BYU does some of the things right that they did wrong last time, and they make it a closer game. And but you know what? Yeah, I do need them to lose. To be honest with you, I mean, look, we're fans first, okay, McLovin. This is we try to be honest about that on the podcast. I want your team to do good, and if you come on here talking A&M, we talk trash and so on and so forth. Oh man, I didn't even see that. Look, our boy Jason.
Jason just commented.
Look, Jason is the O in TTOP. So he's at the top of the world. He's a Buckeye.
Yes, sir. Buckeye.
He's looking down at these the rest of this drama. Just I'll let y'all debate it. We'll see you in January. Anyways, we'll go to the next one, McLovin, because there's actually dang, how sad is it, dude? How sad is it, McLovin, knowing what all we have to look ahead of, and what's left of the season, but knowing that, bro,
It's almost
There's no
over.
more. Yeah, it's over. I mean, regular season's over.
Yeah, it's just
Y'all
kind of
y'all get a
depressing all
bowl
around.
game. You get one more bowl game. I
Mhm.
get a bowl game, and then we just go off into the
Abyss.
abyss of the
Yeah.
off season. So,
But
uh,
hey, college baseball's up next, baby. College baseball.
yeah, man. What's
Hey,
the
college
LSU's
basketball.
preseason rank?
Oh, I don't think they came out with the preseason ranks, but we'll probably be number one.
We'll see if Texas has something to say,
Hey,
brother.
we about to repeat, baby.
We'll see. I got Texas winning the SEC in baseball this year. So hot
Nah, not a
take.
chance.
Hot
Not
take. All right,
not with the
McLovin.
roster we got.
Next, look, I'm gonna there's a 3 o'clock game, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this 7 o'clock game up.
Okay.
Just because I think we needed to address this one first. You have this is the craziest one to me. You have Duke Blue
Mhm.
Devils 7-5 playing for a conference championship against number 17 Virginia Cavaliers for the ACC championship. Now, mind you, Georgia Tech, Miami, Florida State, and others, Pitt, are all in this conference.
Clemson.
Yeah,
Clemson's a big one.
Clemson
Clemson
is
is
in this
a big
conference
one that
too.
did not get in here.
Yeah. How
Embarrassing.
if McLovin, if Duke was ever to do anything in football, it is take advantage of this moment, and
You
and
ain't
it's
wrong.
it's not about a playoff. Okay. So let me stop you right there. Since playoff pause, Duke wins. Are they in? They said conference champions.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wins this game is in. I mean, that's the rules. That's how they did it last year.
All right, McLovin.
That's how Clemson got in last year.
McLovin, let me explain something to you. Okay.
I understand.
Duke has a 45-19 loss to Illinois. Duke has lost, which obviously Tulane just won their conference. Congratulations to them. But they lost 34-27 to Tulane. And then they have another loss, which these are not bad losses. Number 12 to Georgia Tech, 27-18. Competitive, but Georgia Tech's, they're so. They did beat Clemson. I guess if you want to hang your hat on that,
Hey,
46 to 45. Now, they lost to UConn 37-34. And they also have here's the big telltale, McLovin. This is what's crazy. They already have a loss to Virginia 34-27 or 34-17. They
yeah,
get that
I
rematch.
just think Virginia's going to win, and then they're going to be in.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be that same score, but instead of 34, Virginia would be at like a 28. But it's clear though, dude. It's clear that Duke can play good football. They went to Clemson and beat them by, found a way to win 46-45. So they can play good football. There is a chance, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
It's just that, like, if they win, is there any conversation of like, are we really about to put a 7-5? They have to, McLovin. But then they contradict themselves on
Yeah,
everything else they say. Because when you say, well, we're going to put the conference championship in, but we're also going to put the best team in, that contradicts itself in the lines of Duke winning an ACC. I just can't, man. Line Duke up against Miami right now. Let Duke play them boys for the championship and see how that game goes. Anyways, I'm just past that. Like I said, I think I'm gonna call it 20-17. You didn't even see that. I tricked you on the 28-17. I think it's gonna be closer, man. I think Duke makes it interesting. Duke had me believing. I felt it in my stomach for some reason.
I guess it just depends on how Virginia comes out and starts the game. If they start hot, I think Virginia wins by a good margin.
Man, take my Blue Devils, McLovin. They're
I'm
not
taking
just a
no Blue
basketball
Devils.
school.
I ain't taking no team with the devil in their name.
Nah, you said it. Yahweh, baby.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
All right, McLovin, go bring us over to the SEC real quick.
Ooh, you
Yeah.
know it, baby. UGA, Alabama, SEC championship. You know it's always a banger. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a 1-score game at the end of the game, and whoever gets the ball last wins. That's
Does
how I see it.
Does Kirby get over the hump
I
of
think so.
Kalen DeBoer? And you know what? I don't even think it's a Kalen DeBoer hump. I really don't. I think it's just it's a Crimson Tide hump.
Mm-hmm.
You know, psychologically, and now even as a Texas fan, I could say that for us going against Georgia, psychologically, we have to get over a hump now,
Right.
because we've proven time and time again to do something. So, does he get over it? I'm going to tell you, dude, if Georgia can use their tight ends like they did, they've got 3 dudes out there. So, if they can use their tight ends, Georgia has a run game. Here's the thing. Alabama does not. That's where I think this game's interesting, this particular game. But it does get hard knowing what we know, that Alabama has already beat Georgia. Alabama doesn't have a run game. Georgia will send 2 blitzers right over the top of your center if you want to just sit back and pass it, because that's a lot of times. Now, their run game is basically short passes, which is an extension of their run game. Quick passes, if you can do that. But Georgia's been playing good football. I had a little tight game against Georgia Tech, but there's also a rivalry mental hill there. So, McLovin, your take on the game?
I think it's gonna be a good game. Kirby has to get over this hump. He's got to be able to beat Alabama to be able to get to the national championship.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying that is like, so when you look as far as like Kalen DeBoer and how he game plans. I mean, bro, Ryan Williams, he's been quiet. If you're not just an
He's got
Alabama fan,
non-factor into it.
yeah. So do they try to get those pieces involved more? But I think Kirby, dude, I've got a good feeling that the Bulldogs go out there and I think they win by 10. Could be more.
Yeah.
I just think Georgia's playing that level of football right now where
they're playing good football.
For sure. If you're not up here, brother, which Alabama will. But
you want to hear a hot take? You want to hear a hot take?
Roll with it.
Ryan Williams transfers at the end of the season.
Look, I don't know if that would be a hot take. I'm more lining up on Cam Coleman from Auburn, but it could be. It could be. He just hasn't had a season. I'm excited to watch the game today because that's where players like him and Bernard can really be effective. And like I said, I'm telling you, dude, if it's the same thing with. I think the edge to Georgia is if Frazier gets consistently picking up those chunk plays, like it's probably going to be a long day for Alabama, because then Georgia can control the clock. And if I'm telling you, dude, if Alabama doesn't have any bit of a pulse in a run game today, I think it's Georgia in a heavy favorite. So I'm going to say Georgia 31-17. Boom! Out of here, brother. Clear the way for the Horns. What's your prediction, McLovin? I got a bid for him. Look, when Sark's asleep, I'm awake. That's all I got to say. Brother.
Your hopes are still high. I'll give you that.
No, it's way too high. I understand that we're probably taking this thing in the off season or the bowl game. Excuse me. But anyways, what's your score prediction and take on this one?
I got Georgia winning by 3.
You said a field goal.
Field goal game.
Man,
the SEC championship.
Okay.
It's gonna be close. I'm telling you. Whoever has the ball last is gonna win.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll take into account
you got 2 good quarterbacks. They're not scrubs, Stockton.
Well, with these last 2 games, man, I think this is the way it's going to go.
Ty Simpson's looked incredible. Has been incredible? No. Oh, by the way, we got to talk about the Heisman.
Yeah, we'll get to that because we only have this is the deal. We only have one more game to react to. It's
Yeah,
just a
that's fair.
conference championship week. I don't
Yeah,
understand why they play some. I guess they want to keep the hype around whatever championship games they have. But anyways, McLovin, let's roll to the next one.
okay.
And I'm gonna do this for my boy. Are you
Jason,
Jason? I'm gonna do this
my
for my
boy
boy.
Jason.
Yeah. Jason Hayslip of Ohio. Good man. God bless him. But look, today there's something going on in the air up there up north where
Yeah.
it's changing a little bit. People are starting to get some stank about him. Let me ask you something, Ohio. When's the last time you heard anybody from Indiana say we got a better football team?
Never.
No, they're saying it today.
Yeah, I know they are.
They're saying it today.
It's a very debatable thing.
Well, all I'm saying is they got a little stink about them, Ohio. So we got to put that OH up and finish out with that IO and show them why Ohio State shouldn't be questioned in this game. Okay, Julian saying the freshman phenom could very well be definitely one of the Heisman favorite. Could be the Heisman.
He is the Heisman favorite.
Yeah. Jeremiah Smith, not to mention, it hurt me. It hurt me, Ohio State. It hurt me because I'm sitting here telling y'all this a day after y'all win the battle of recruitment for Chris Henry Jr. and me and my boys down here in South and Austin were trying to take him away.
Yeah.
Y'all took it, and now I'm sitting here standing on business for you. Indiana thinks they're going to come in, and I can promise with you, with Kurt Signetti's attitude, they think they're going to come in and they're going to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
They think they're going to come in and out physicality you. And what you going to do about it?
Right.
I think it gets interesting. I think this is Ohio State's closest game all year outside of, mind you, put this as a metric point, McLevin, Texas being the closest loss outside. Put that as a metric point to the side for another Texas bid to get in the college football playoffs. But anyways, I think this is the closest game. It's going to be one or two things, matter of fact. It's going to be, the closest game Ohio State's played all year, or you're going to see something like you saw in Michigan.
A little blowout.
And then they remind the Big Ten why you're under the thumb.
Right.
That's my take.
I can see that.
I mean,
I could see it being a very close game, though. Where does it end? Whoever scores last is the winner, you know?
Dude, here's my thing, man.
Ohio's wide receiver core is just out of this world right now. Even their tight ends are good.
As good as Ohio State's receiving core is, like, it kind of takes some shine away from their defense, brother.
Yeah, their defense lights out.
Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, like, those are some dudes, man. Like, they just don't allow, or they don't let up or allow many mistakes. Let's just say that. And so, therefore, that's why I think Julian Sayin has been able to play such efficient football, is because he knows he has a defense that can keep it within the, not letting the game get out of hand. And then he can also, he didn't have to do too much with a defense like that. He really doesn't. Now, Arch has had to do more this year because, our defense has fluctuated over the season, but Ohio State's hasn't. So
just say constant.
I know a big part of Indiana, and they got some dudes out there that can catch. Obviously, we know that from the Penn State game. But a large part of Indiana is their run game. With the running back, Mendoza getting out, I don't know if I give him the edge on that against Ohio State, because Ohio State's defense is a very smart, very fast defense.
Okay, let me say this. Whichever quarterback of these two has the better game wins the Heisman. Period.
That's a good point. Yeah, no, that's a good point, McLovin.
If one of these quarterbacks goes off, they will win the Heisman.
That's a good point. No, I mean,
these two are the favorites. These two are the favorites to win the Heisman. So
I thought it was the guy from Texas Tech that's a linebacker.
No, he's like number 5.
Man, get out of here. The only reason why I said that is I saw a post this morning. I'm like, you're so like, come on. I understand
he ain't your
I
favorite.
understand you're gassed up because y'all have had a good year, but
Do I think he should go? Yes, he should go to the Heisman ceremony. I mean, he's had a heck of a year. You know what I mean? He should be
yeah, for
recognized for
sure,
it, and you know.
So
But
who
to
would
win it,
let me see. I'm gonna pull up McLovin, talk a little bit more about that Mendoza say and argument. I'm gonna pull up and share the
I mean,
Heisman odds, and then we can
and look
talk
at it.
about them through
They
the year.
both only have 5 interceptions. Both of them. They both can protect the football. I mean, they're 12-0. They're 12-0. One of the O's must go. That's all I'm saying without
Somebody's O's gotta go.
that. Gotta go. But Mendoza
Don't
has
say that.
32.
Don't say that. A&M's still salty about it all.
They should be.
To be honest with you, McLovin, and I think we can both agree, them Aggies look a whole lot better with a win behind that win column, or behind that loss
No,
column.
I wish they had an O in the front.
Yeah. Give them
Not gonna lie to you.
Give them a hard time. All right, I'm gonna pull this up, McLovin. We'll see what you think. I know Diego Pavier has lobbied himself in many times. Thank you, Fox Sport, for letting us use your platform. God bless you. Many times, and so he is up there. You see, Diego Pavier is at
third. Yeah,
would be the third favorite to win that Heisman.
right.
I just don't know if there's enough resume there in big games as far as
Right.
you had the Texas game, you had now Tennessee. That dude wouldn't play lights out, but you had the Alabama game, and in bare minimum, if you were a 1-loss team and we would have seen Superman in one of those games,
Yeah,
I think you could have been for sure at least talking about. I would say at least over Diego Pavier. I think you're dead on, McLovin. Whoever does win the Ohio State Indiana game, that's a pretty good indication of who's probably going to win the Heisman. Now, I will say this:
did you see his brother got arrested?
Diego Pavier.
The last game.
Yeah.
Said it doesn't even have to be like a big gain. He said he got a 3-yard carry and he got arrested.
Man, I'm telling you, he looked he looked a little rough. He looked like he had some fun though in that skirmish or whatever.
Yeah.
He was a little bruised up, by the way. So, but what I'm saying is, here's the thing. Let's talk about Julian Sayin, and I do think he's done a phenomenal job as a
Incredible freshman. Incredible freshman.
Phenomenal job as a freshman. Very composed, this and that. But does it not at all dilute the effectiveness, I would say, of him knowing that this guy has a team around him? He's got a championship defense, like no doubt. Now, I'm not saying everybody, the people that are playing good, all have championship caliber defenses, but that dude has got, I mean, one of the best defense in college football. On the other side of that, he also has the best wide receiver in college football. On that side, he also has a top 10 wide receiver. Opposite of that, he also has probably a top 30, or for sure, probably a top 10. Slot receiver in Ennis at slot. Yeah. So it's just like, and then you got Bo Jackson that's stepping up and running that thing. So it's like, I understand why you want to give him the Heisman because of the success of the season with the team. But my question is it kind of like, are you kind of looking at Julian saying like, yeah, man, he's had a good year and he's got the record, but I just can't, put him over Mendoza.
Right.
Because what Mendoza has done, and this is a hot take, a win or loss today, as long as it's competitive, let me repeat that, as long as it's competitive, a close game, what Mendoza's done this year with Indiana and having that, Mendoza had that moment. Mendoza had that Heisman moment at Penn State. That moment will live in college football history forever.
Like that last drive. Yeah.
And kudos to Gus Johnson for calling it so well. Because sometimes I don't even watch it for the play. I just watch it for the Gus Johnson call.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh, definitely.
Oh my God. He's in the middle. I can't control myself. I thought the dude had a seizure or something like that in the booth. Like, man, he was freaking out. But it was that special of a moment. Mendoza
It's
had
kind of
like,
crazy how he transferred in from Cal because he
yeah.
did not have the same stats at Cal. So
Well, that's the thing, man. Is you have to get. We've talked about it all year, McLovin. You've got to get with a program that identifies with you. That's going to be the effect of NIL is when people think it's about money, and it very much is about money. You go get money and you get instant gratification, and you're able to buy mom a car and do all this. But the thing is, down the road, you may have, instead of going to a program that can develop you and produce you and get you to that maybe a third round pick in the NFL draft, you're making money. You've got NFL money.
right.
But if you don't develop and you go, what happens to a lot of these guys is they'll go as unsigned free agent, and then I mean that's that. You don't hear about them. They never develop. They wanted to skip the process for the payout. So that's just my thoughts. I do like Jeremiah Love. It's always, dude, for a running back to win a Heisman, you've got to have like he's had a
Incredible
good
stats.
year. He's had a really good year.
I mean,
But
look at what the Boise State running back did last year. He did incredible, and he still didn't win the Heisman.
yeah. It's Reggie Bush. I know you have like people like Reggie Bush,
Derrick
the running
Henry,
backs from
Mark Ingram.
Bama. But
Yeah,
those dudes, man, like
they're
you've got to
powerhouses.
realize. Well, no, but what I'm saying is, I remember those years that those guys were playing college football.
Right.
You didn't want to play them. Like Jeremiah Love, you just got to contain him. Like Mark Ingram, you didn't want to play him because he was going to run over three people. Like you have to figure out how to stop him for the life of you for getting 8 yards, or at least his shortest. Like sometimes, man, you dang near never going to get him behind the line, but his shortest carries he'd probably be averaging 4 yards a carry. That's what's crazy about Mark Ingram.
Oh, definitely, and especially with the lines they had, they'd open the gap up, and your linebacker had to stop him.
Well, again, Trent Richardson. You look at Trent Richardson, same type of dude. You look at Reggie Bush.
Definitely.
Reggie Bush is
He was so elusive.
Kids today will never understand like the actual being in that time and like having to go play Reggie Bush. It was like that was the game plan. You wasn't worried about receivers, wasn't worried about if you could score on the defense or not. It was how do we contain and keep Reggie Bush from running all over us. That was the game plan. Crazy. But yeah, man, I think for Fernando Mendoza deserves it, dude. He's had a great story. He's a good kid. He's a hard competitor. I mean, just look how hard dude. The dude's a competitor.
He's almost got 10 more touchdowns than Saying because of his rushing touchdowns.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he deserves it, man. And if he gets a win today, I think he's 100% walking out of New York with some hardware.
I mean, you got to think he doesn't play the fourth quarter most of the time. Other than that Penn State game, he didn't go into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's true. Well, dude, like I said, I want to. I want to find a way to I'm a Texas Longhorn fan, so everything that goes on these walls are like Texas, but I do want some iconic, come on, dude. For my Ohio people out there, I can promise you will never see any well, I don't know. I ain't gonna say any kind of Buckeye logo, but dude, that Brutus picture of him Xing out the M and writing Ohio.
Oh, dude, that was
mic
hilarious.
drop, baby.
That was hilarious.
I'm gonna get that frame somewhere. I'm not even.
And he did it so sneakily.
He did.
So sneaky.
Man, that's such an iconic picture, and I've already looked the internet for pictures, and they don't have shirts, but they don't have like actual legitimate where you put it on the wall, but I'm definitely in for that. I did haven't heard from any update on the Aggie fans because I got to talk to y'all. Y'all don't talk to me. Haven't heard from any of them. I did find some.
You know why? You know why? They're
Wow.
fake fans. They don't even know.
But anyways,
they could even name 3 wide receivers on their team.
Bechtel Roman, Craver. No, this year they'll know him. I can promise you this year they'll know him. Concepcion. Yeah, I can promise you this year they know him. But no, I didn't find any of them. So I was scrolling and there was just like a some guy. It was a Texas A&M football, and it was just a weird post. And so I looked at it for a moment, and I was like, huh. And then I started scrolling down, and I just see this little. You know how they highlight one comment for you to see. I don't even know this individual, but he was like, man, Texas really thinks at 9-3 they own college football. So I hit him back with a message, McLovin.
Yo, I know you did.
I said, fighting Texas Aggies, that's some real little brother stuff. Fighting Texas Aggies, 11-1. I think it's you that thinks you own the SEC. Fighting Texas Aggies, you know who the flagship program is. Oh, hold on.
That's
my last troll. That's my last troll.
That's the most cringe thing.
Yeah.
Not what you said, but like just what that dude does.
Yeah. You hear that?
It gives me like
what kills me is they get everybody in the stadium, all 110,000, to buy into this. Yeah, I'm not dancing like a man in a white T-shirt that's too small for him. In some blue jeans. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of that little kid that they had on pictures going fishing with the little hat or whatever, and he had his like coveralls rolled up at the bottom with barefooted.
Yeah.
But it's just add feminism to that, and that's what Aggies remind me of.
I bet they guys got I bet that guy's got an STD.
Maybe. I mean, who knows? But anyways, look, God bless God. Look, they're going to the college football playoffs, and
unfortunately, unfortunately.
Look, I hope they do fulfill some of that. But anyways, McLovin, wasn't a long show today. We were just going to hop on here because wasn't too many games today, brother. We've had some big stuff. Now, I can promise you, just because conference championship week is over, we'll still be here. We still got the transfer portal, which to me, I think is about to go nuts. I mean, when you start seeing names potentially like maybe Cam Coleman, maybe some other big names, like we haven't had that in probably the bulk of what it may be this year. So that's something to watch out for. Does DJ Lagway transfer?
I think so.
I don't know, man. That coach seems like seems like he'll buy into him and figure a way to work it out. But anyways, McLovin, with that being said, I got some stuff to do. I got to go take a golf cart back. Send us out. Big day. We're gonna be shooting up and posting it. Yeah, man.
That is a nice golf cart.
Yeah, it's my boss's, so I got to wash it before I take it back. Type stuff. Anyway, send us out, McLovin.
All right, boys. Y'all know where we're at. TTOP Network.
Catch us on the games too. We got we'll be on tonight. Yeah, we'll be on tonight. We also do a little streaming outside of this. So catch us on stream. Yeah.
Yep. We on TikTok, Facebook. We're going to be on X here pretty soon. We're tuning into that. We're on Threads. We're on YouTube, and you know it. We're on it.
I'm network Threads, but anyways, we appreciate every view and every like and every share that we get, and thank y'all for tuning in. We will be back for a reaction Sunday, so tune in, because guess what, McLovin? Sunday. Well, no, it wouldn't be Sunday. We're gonna have to push that reaction back because it's Tuesday or Monday. We're gonna have to figure out because playoff committee will put their final. It's not a prediction anymore. This is the final.
It might be Sunday.
Copy. Yeah.
It might do it Sunday. We'll see. We'll see what time they're doing it, and then we'll react to it.
We'll be on. As a matter of fact, that would actually probably not be, McLovin, a bad one to actually be on while it's happening. You know what I mean?
Right. We'll just have to tune in, see what
We'll
your
plan
wife has
around.
planned for you on Sunday.
But anyways, God bless you. It is the T-Top Sideline. I'm Peach, and that is McLovin. Until next time, if you missed us that much, like I said, tune into the stream tonight because my gave my wife a night last night. We took her; she had the parade and stuff like that. So it's boys' night tonight, boy.
It's boys' night.
Yeah. Anyways, also we will be keeping up with some games too on that stream because they will be happening. But anyways, other than that, if you're not an Aggie, I hope your team wins and everything else you do. God bless you. We'll see you next time.
Go Tigers.